today I'm going to unbag Hougoumont, Key to Waterloo, 18 June 1815. This is part of the Battle of Waterloo. It was one of the key objectives on the battlefield, and this is a mini game, so to speak. It's part of the mini game series from Decision Games, which are minutes to learn, quick to play, and historically accurate. So, your mileage may vary. This is also uses the Musket and Saber rules. Take a look at the back here, and you get a chance to see the game components, which is one 11 by 17-inch map, 40 die-cut counters, 6-page systems rule booklet, plus exclusive scenario rules. So the Musket and Saber rules are the standard rules for this game and this series, and then there'll be exclusive rules that's just dealing with this game itself. This is for 2 players. Playing time is 60 to 90 minutes. Level is battalion, brigade. Hex scale is 176 yards or 161 meters. Complexity is beginner to low. And solitaire is medium. You get a chance to see some of the counters there, and you get a chance to see the map there as well. So let's get inside the bag and see what we have here. Now, one of the nice things about these games are they don't take up a lot of space, and I am rapidly running out of space with all the games I have, and these are hard to get out. So the nice thing is they don't take up very much space. The bad things about these are that they are really tight in these little bags. The bags are just big enough to put this back in there, and I keep them in the bags after I bag the counters. So you get just the cover sheet. This is just the cover of the game itself. It doesn't have any charts or anything on it, which I think is kind of a wasted opportunity there. You get a bag to put the counters in, and then you get the counters themselves, which some of the new strategy and tactics or the magazine games from Decision Games, I think they've improved the counters. At least the last couple I've gotten, the counters have come out really nice. These, however, not so much. There's a lot of nibs on these. You have to like tear these out. They're really not desirable. And that's something I don't like about these games, is that the counter quality is, again, much to be desired. And I'm not a counter clipper, but these make me want to clip desperately because they're so cumbersome and hard to get out. But there's the counters that you get there. You get your British, your French, your Netherlands, Hanover and Brunswick, and you got some markers over here, and they are double-sided there. Then you get your rules. This is the exclusive rules for just this game, which is talking about the scenario, the setup, and whatever rules that are specific here. The train effects might be a little bit different. So 2 pages, front and back for that. Then you get your Musket and Saber quick play rules. This is the actual mini game system for Musket and Saber, and they are 6 pages. However, the 6th page or the back page is your charts, your combat results, charts. So really only 5 pages of rules. I've played the Musket and Saber system before. I have other games with it, and it's not bad. It's pretty basic, pretty easy. It's your standard, you have your movement, your stacking, your combat, your morale, artillery, because that's important in that age, leaders, and then you have your disruption, ineffectiveness, recovery, stuff like that. So relatively straightforward and easy to get to the table. your counters here, you have combat factor, morale rating, and movement allowance. And then you have your ID stuff, like the formation it might be in and the like. So that is the rules. Again, 5 pages with a page of charts, and then you've got 2 pages of the specific rules for this game. You have the back cover, which again, this is more just cardboard to kind of keep it sturdy in the bag, but again, there's no printing on it or anything. I guess, that would increase costs, but it's also, again, kind of a missed opportunity. But these are not very expensive. I think I got this for like $11 or $12 or something like that. Then you get the game itself, or the map itself, which is hexes, and you see a little bit of terrain. It's not it's not wildly over graphics here. It's pretty basic, but you can see what are the graphics between a hill and a slope, and objective hexes, and the chateau there. And so this is just that portion of the battlefield at Waterloo that drew a lot of attention between the British and the French on that day. You have your turn record track. So relatively small game here, relatively small space here that we're looking at. The map's not that big. In fact, a lot of the map, almost half the map is the terrain charts, and then you have some holding boxes here, down here. You've got your holding boxes. So, yeah, there's the counters that go on there. So, low counter density, small map, but this is a relatively exclusive engagement that you're just looking at a portion of that battlefield at Waterloo. So that's what you get in a box of, or a bag, I should say, of Hougoumont. Key to Waterloo. You've got, you get your rule sets. You get a bag to put the counters in, and then you get, of course, the cover sheet for that. So that's what you get. This is really new out. I don't think I've seen hardly any videos or anything on this. I generally like these kind of mini games, so to speak, because again, I like them for the space. I like them for the ease of the rules. And allows me to, and I play, again, a lot of games. Solitaire, these are easier to get to the table quicker without having to go through a lot of rules or a lot of setup. You can just kind of dump the counters out, push them around, and start seeing how the system works, or get a feel for that portion of the battle, or in this case, portion of Waterloo. So I kind of like them in that regard. This is not an overly complex game, and this is not going to be in-depth or, ultimate historic accuracy here. This is just something to get a feel for that conflict, or that aspect of the conflict, with a relatively simple rules. So I generally like those. They don't get a ton of replayability, but every once in a while, if you want to do a deeper dive into that aspect of the battle, these are not too bad for that. I'd like to know what your guys' thoughts are, or do you hate these and just can't get past the counter nibs, or the simplicity of the rules, or do you kind of like these? Do you find these scratch an itch, so to speak? Anyway, as always, thank you for spending some time with me. Thanks for watching.